Before pyramids, before writing, before the very idea of history itself, there were stories. There was stories sung across red deserts under infinite skies.
We sing the land, we sing the sky.
And among the oldest of them all are the Dreamtime stories of Australia's first people stallies, so ancient they outdate the last ice age. But what if I told you these weren't just stories? What if they were records of visitors from the sky?
We sing the land, we sing the sky.
The Aboriginal elders speak of beings called Wangina and mimic creators who sang the land into existence. But here's the part that gives you goosebumps. Across the Kimberley region you can still see their portraits, painted high on stone shelters, looking down with large round heads, big black eyes and radiant halos. These paintings were made long before any outsider set foot in Australia. They're not just cave doodles. They're deliberate, sacred works of art. The Wangina are always drawn without mouths because their power isn't in spoken words. It's in vibrations. They sing the world into being. Now, to an anthropologist, this is beautiful mythology, a cosmic origin story. But to a cosmic historian, it looks eerily familiar. Large round heads, jet black eyes, halos that resemble energy fields or helmets. That doesn't just sound like a spirit. It sounds like the description of a visitor. And when the oldest living culture on Earth describes sky beings who descended in clouds and light, we'd be foolish not to listen. Around the same period, roughly 50,000 years ago, the archaeological record shows sudden, dramatic leaps in toolmaking.
Now, take the stone. The heat has made it strong.
Yes, teacher. It yields to my hand.
Hold the stone steady. Let the water bind the earth.
The edge is keen, Spirit Walker.
Join the stone to the wood with the resin. Bind it tight with the sinew. This knowledge will serve your generations.
Navigation.
The sky beings organize.
And social organization among early Australians. There was no slow, gradual evolution. It was just Bunyu knowledge appeared. Is that a coincidence or was it contact? Some scientists call this a cognitive revolution. But maybe, just maybe, it was an intervention. Just imagine it for a moment. An endless prehistoric night, a tribe gathered around a crackling fire. And then, high above them, a light that doesn't belong to the stars appears. A being steps out. Its face is glowing, round, and has no mouth. It communicates not with words, but through vibration, rhythm, and song. They show the tribe how to draw maps in the sand, how to mark the changing seasons by the stars, how to build, remember, and pass down this knowledge for generations. And that's how the Dreamtime began, not as a fantasy, but as a memory. Every culture seems to have a version of this story. The Dogon people in Africa, the Sumerians, the Hopi, they all describe sky teachers arriving at the dawn of their civilizations. But the Aboriginal Dreamtime is different. It never broke. It's an unbroken chain of 50,000 years of oral tradition still intact, still sung, still alive today. That isn't just a myth. That's data preservation. And here's the part that truly tingles the back of my neck. When modern astronomers mapped the star patterns described in some Dreamtime stories, they found something astonishing. The stories contained accurate depictions of constellations as they appeared tens of thousands of years ago, including stars that are now invisible from Earth due to the planet's wobble, a phenomenon called precession. How could oral storytellers without telescopes possibly know what the night sky used to look like? Unless, of course, they learnt it from someone who had seen it from above. But there's one more layer to this mystery. The Wangina aren't just creators, they are also watchers. In many of the ancient paintings, they appear with tears streaming from their eyes, as if they are disappointed or grieving. Local lore says that if the laws of the Wangina are broken, they will return from the clouds to restore balance. Every generation, for millennia, has been waiting for that return. Now some of my academic colleagues might say, Professor Vance, are you really suggesting that extraterrestrial teachers came down and taught ancient humans how to sing rocks into existence? And to that, I say no, my dear colleagues. I'm suggesting they taught him about vibration, frequency, resonance, the same principles of physics that NASA's exploring today with quantum field manipulation. We just use fancier guitars now. So perhaps the Dreamtime isn't a bedtime story at all.
Do not be afraid. We are here to guide you. This knowledge belongs to all mankind.
Maybe it's an ancient instruction manual, a guide for remembering how creation actually works. And the Wangina, maybe they weren't gods. Maybe they were our first teachers visitors from a time when stars and humans weren't so different. The Dreamtime says that everything that is, was, and ever will be already exists. We just have to learn how to sing it back into being. Maybe that's what the Wangina were trying to tell us all along, before they ascended back home through the clouds, humming the frequencies of forever. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified of our next cosmic adventure. Until then, keep looking up.